Good, mate.
Good. Thanks for coming down to the gym today for your initial consultation. Today what we'll be doing is some pre-screening, so we'll get to know a bit about your physical and your health status, and all of the things that we need to go through before we can get into a gym program. How does that sound to you?
Right.
Cool. So first of all, in the consultation room here, we'll go through some of the paperwork and all those things that we need to go through, which are industry standards. So any gym, any PT that you go to will use the same forms, and that's just finding out, as I said, some health information, any physical health history and all of that sort of stuff. And then once we've gone through all of that, we'll do some light physical stuff. We'll go upstairs into the studio where I'll go through functional movement assessments and some fitness testing, range of movement, testing, things like that before we get into, I'll take you through a quick workout based on my findings from the appraisals.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll start off with the pre-screening. So this is just 7 yes or no questions, just to get a bit of a basic idea of your current health status. So first of all, start with your name.
Sean.
And your surname.
Dunn. D-U-N-N.
Cool. And your date of birth, Sean.
Yep. September 12th, 1990.
And today's date. All right. Question 1. Has your doctor ever told you have a heart condition or have you ever suffered a stroke?
No.
Cool. Do you ever experience unexplained pains in your chest at rest or during physical activity?
No.
Cool. Do you ever feel faint or have spells of dizziness during physical activity which cause you to lose balance?
No.
Great. Have you had an asthma attack requiring immediate medical attention? No. You don't suffer from asthma at all?
No.
Cool. Do you have diabetes?
I don't.
Great. Do you have any diagnosed muscle, bone or joint problems that you have been told could be made worse during physical activity?
No.
Cool. Do you have any other medical conditions that may make it dangerous for you to participate in physical activity?
No.
Awesome. 7 no's means that we're clear to start at this stage of low intensity or low to moderate intensity program. Of course, when I do the other appraisals and whatnot, we can see your training age, so we can decide where you're at the moment and the intensity that we can work out at. So just give a signature here, just to say that those 7 questions are answered to the best of your ability. Perfect. All right, so that is stage 1. Stage 2 is a little bit more in depth. So your current age.
27.
Cool. Male. So this just. So stage 2 of the pre-screening is just a few more questions which get a little bit more in depth with your physical and health status, which helps me to decipher and decide on an appropriate intensity to work out at, and the exercise prescription that I will be prescribing you. So each one either may add a risk factor or it may not, depending on your answers. So your current age?
27.
Cool. And male, so that does not add a risk factor. Family history of heart disease, stroke, heart attack or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
No? Great. Do you smoke cigarettes?
I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Describe your current physical exercise levels. So in terms of frequency, how many times per week and how many minutes per session, and at what intensity?
So I go 3 times a week,
Cool.
about 60 minutes.
Yep.
And I work out sort of at a moderate pace.
So 3 times a week at 60 minutes. Usually all at moderate intensity?
Yep.
Cool. And you don't do any other sport or anything like that?
No.
Cool. So you exercise at more than 150 minutes a week, which is ideal, which is perfect.
Yep.
Doesn't add a risk factor. So that's another 0. Your current height?
178 centimetres.
Oh, and your current weight?
84.
Cool. All right. Let me just work out your BMI. I'll just work out your BMI. have a BMI of 26.5. Ideal perfect BMI is about 25, but you're just over that. Anything really over 30 is adding a risk factor and is considered overweight to borderline obese. So 26, I'm really happy with that, but of course in the gym we're going to work on getting that down.
Yep.
Have you ever been told that you have high blood pressure?
No.
Have you ever been told you have high cholesterol?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been told you have high blood sugar? Cool. So far on this page, 0 risk factors. Have you spent time in hospital, including day admission, for any medical condition, illness, injury, anything like that in the last 12 months?
No.
Cool. Are you currently taking any prescribed medication?
No. You're
not pregnant. Do you have any muscle, bone, or joint pain or soreness that could be made worse or is made worse during physical activity?
No.
Great. Well, that's amazing. We're not adding any more risk factors for stage 2. So stage 1 and stage 2, 0 risk factors, again, means we can proceed with an exercise program.
Cool.
Next up is the personal profile. So this is just getting a bit more information about you. Gonna get really into your exercise, what you like to do, what you don't like to do, things like that, which can give you a bit more information about what I can do to help you. So we'll start off by filling out your name. Your date of birth again was the 12th of September. And today's date. And what do you do for work, Sean?
I'm a plumber.
Cool. It's a pretty active job. All right, your contact details, your address.
Yep, number 7, Cromwell Drive, Alice Springs.
Awesome. All right, a phone number for yourself?
Yep, 0432 215 406.
And an email address.
Yep, so sean.dunn@hotmail.com.
Easy. And in a case of an emergency in the gym, who would be the best person to contact?
Probably just my partner.
Yeah.
Michelle.
And a contact
Yep.
number for her.
Yep, 0412 365 407.
Perfect. Okay. So, Sean, what brings you to the gym? What is your number one goal in the gym?
I guess just to maintain sort of the weight that I'm at. I'm trying to get a bit more muscle tone.
Yeah. Cool.
That's about it.
Alright, so number one goal would be let's make it really specific. What's a really specific goal that you want to achieve in terms of increasing your muscle and your fitness?
Probably let's just say a bigger chest.
So I'll say that your number one goal is to gain size and muscle mass in chest. We want to make this goal a SMART goal. So what I mean by a SMART goal is a specific. So we've made it specific by specifying that you want to gain size in your chest. We want to make it measurable. So how are we going to measure that what we're doing is working? So how do you think we can measure?
Probably just with the tape measure, just measure the size of my chest. And
yep, so by measuring girth.
Yep.
Cool. The A stands for achievable. Do you believe this is achievable? Cool. The R stands for relatable, or is it relative to your main goal?
Yep.
Cool. And T is a time. So when would you like to achieve this by?
So 12 weeks.
Cool. All right. That is definitely achievable, I think. Awesome. Any other important side goals, anything else that you like to work on in the gym that's not that main goal?
Not really, just maintaining the weight
Mm-hmm.
and just getting some results.
Cool. So maintain your current weight and fitness.
Yep.
Cool. Oops. What do you need to be successful in your goals, in achieving your goals?
Just the right exercises, being shown to all the right exercises.
Yep.
The correct form.
Yep, definitely.
And just all the tips and some extra knowledge.
Cool.
For guidance.
Cool. So you need some guidance, tips, motivation.
Yep.
Do you struggle to stay motivated?
Not really. 3 times a week on average. Don't really miss coming to the gym. So
that's great. Awesome. Okay. A bit more about you. Are you currently exercising? Yes. And you said 3 times per week for about 60 minutes?
Yep.
Perfect. At a moderate intensity. No, you're not pregnant. You don't take any medication. Do you take any supplements at the moment?
Yep, I have like a pre-workout.
Mm-hmm.
I have a shake after I work out.
A protein shake?
Yep.
And that's whey protein?
Yep.
Great.
And then whey protein at night.
Awesome. Yep. Anything else?
I have a multivitamin.
That's cool. That's it?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, that's a really good start with the supplements. It sounds like you're doing all the basic things anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have or have you ever had any serious medical concerns? No. The APSS stage 1 result, so that's the pre-screen 7 questions, was no risk. And that was complete on today's date. All right, bit of a health check.
Mm-hmm.
Your resting heart rate and your resting blood pressure. I'm going to do this machine. Mm-hmm. Have you had this before, obviously?
Yep.
All right. Just going to get you to maybe scoot your chair around so you can rest your arm on the desk. Is that comfortable?
Yep.
Okay. Going for it now. Do you want to keep track of your resting heart rate?
Yeah, I wear my Fitbit all day.
Cool.
Sleep with it.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. And what is it usually at the moment?
About 61.
Oh, that's pretty good. Perfect. So 134 over 78.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Perfect is 120 over 80. So pretty close.
Yep.
And your resting heart rate of 61. That's really good.
Cool.
So it looks like you're pretty fit at the moment, so that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
As you said in your goals, it looks like we're just going to be maintaining that and mainly working on your strength and building some muscle.
Yep.
So resting blood pressure was 134 over 78. All right. Your BMI I worked out to be 26.5, wasn't it?
Yep.
Which I'm pretty happy with. Just going to jump up. We're just going to do a waist measurement and a hip measurement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting this stand side onto me.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And I'm just going to feed this around your waist. Thank you. I think that's about the narrowest part of your waist.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 88.
Yep.
And just around your hips. 101. Perfect. Right, take a seat again, sorry. Alright, 88 centimeters and 101. So with these two measurements, I can work out your waist to hip ratio, and this is 0.87. So what that means, so ideal or healthy for a male, anything over 0.9. No, sorry. Anything over 0.9 is considered borderline unhealthy or overweight. So perfect waist to hip ratio of 0.87. So what this ideally it tells us is where you're carrying your weight. So as you probably are aware, being pretty fit yourself, any weight that's carried around the waist is dangerous for that. Because that's around our organs and all that sort of stuff. So the waist to hip ratio helps to tell us where the fat and the weight is being carried. But really happy with that. All right, a bit about your lifestyle. How active is your job?
I'd say moderately.
Cool. And as your day as a whole, so from the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed, how active is your day?
I'd say it'd be quite active, so maybe slightly above moderate.
Moderate, a little bit above?
Yep.
On average, how many hours sleep do you get a night?
About 6.
Okay. As you're probably aware, 8 is ideal. So if you can, obviously you're a busy guy, you're a plumber, so you probably start quite early in the mornings. You probably finish 4 or 5 o'clock, go to the gym. You're obviously a pretty busy guy, but if you can squeeze in an extra couple of hours, maybe turn the TV up a couple of hours earlier and head to bed, your body will thank you for it, getting that couple of extra hours, but it's a good start anyway. In the past month, how often have you felt physically restricted by yourself, by your health, in terms of being unable to perform daily activities? Never?
No, pretty good.
And in the past month, have you felt emotionally affected by your health? No. Anything got you down? No. Cool. Which of the following 3 statements best describes your diet? You feel your diet is healthy and does not require any changing. You feel there are a few changes you can make to improve your diet, but you're pretty sure you know what to do. Or you feel your diet requires a number of changes, but you don't know where to start.
Probably the middle one.
Middle one?
Yeah.
So you're generally pretty healthy.
Yep.
You know that you slip up every now and then, but
I eat well during the week and on the weekends,
couple of treats on the weekend. Perfect. I'm going to circle no at this stage for a nutrition consultation because, as I said, you're pretty fit and healthy. You know what you're doing. You eat really healthy during the week. And it is healthy to have those snacks, those treats on the weekends, or even if you go out for a meal during the week, it is healthy because otherwise you tend to go a bit insane without those treats. So at any stage while we're working together that you feel you need a little bit more guidance or help in terms of nutrition, or if you want to get a little bit more serious and you want a tailored meal plan, then I'm unfortunately not qualified for that. I can refer you to a dietitian, but if there's any stage you need to, or you feel like you need some extra guidance and tips in regards to healthy eating, how much you should be eating, let me know and I can take you through a diet consultation. All right, making a bit of an exercise plan. How much time can you commit to this exercise plan, irrespective of what you're currently doing in the gym?
At least once a week.
So you just want one extra session?
I think so, yeah.
All right. And how long would that session?
Probably about the same amount of time that I work out for an hour.
All right, cool. 60 minutes. What time of the day do you exercise?
After work.
So in the afternoons or more towards the evenings?
Probably straight after work, so before the gym gets busy at 5.
Yep. Oh, cool. All right, that's perfect. What days will you train on?
Usually with you, I train Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's fine with me.
All right. So if you train Monday, Wednesday, Friday yourself, would you still be happy to pop in a session?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. So Tuesday or Thursday?
We'll go for Tuesday.
Get it done early? Cool. What fitness activities interest you, or what would you typically do yourself, or perhaps things that I could integrate into your programs. Any of these boxes, so walking, running, stationary cycling, rowing machine, swimming, cross trainer, weight machine, free weights, stretching, and other sports.
So probably free weights.
Yeah.
Maybe some rowing.
Like the rower?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you like walking and running?
Yeah, I run twice. I run 2 times out of 3 sessions.
Oh, cool. So you run as part of your 60 minutes warm up or cool down, or as part of a bit of a cardio? Yeah. Awesome. Stationary cycling?
No.
Don't really like it. Swimming? You don't really much swimming?
No, I don't really swim.
Cross trainer? No.
No.
Do you like weight machines, or you prefer free weights?
I don't like both.
Okay, cool. I'll take that as well. And what about stretching?
Yeah, probably something to work on.
Something to work on. So you like stretching, but you probably don't do enough of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty typical. Do you do any group exercise classes, or are you interested in any?
No, I don't, but there's a lot to offer, so maybe we could try something.
Yeah. Well, if you're already working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're going to add in a Tuesday. That really leaves Thursday or Saturday. You could add in a group class. The really good thing about group classes is you don't have to think about it. You turn up, someone else tells you what to do. You just do it and then you go home. So that's a really good thing about group classes. I do always recommend at least one rest day. So, let's make that a Sunday. Pretty typical rest day. So Thursday or Saturday is a good day to get in a group session if you feel inclined. Is there any kind of group sessions that you think interest you from the timetable?
Probably cardio related ones.
Yep. All right, so I'll tick group exercise classes. I can really recommend Extreme Fit. That's like a high intensity circuit. So that's pretty good. Also, there's a class called HIIT 60, which, as the name suggests, is a 60-minute HIIT class. It's quite hard, high intensity, but it's really good. So a fit guy like yourself will probably breeze through it, but it's a really good workout. And as I said, you just turn up, you get it done, and then you don't have to think about it. Is there anything else that's not listed here that really interests you?
No, I think that covers about it.
What intensity would you like to exercise with me? Stick to your moderate?
Maybe we could push it up a level.
Alright, so moderate to high?
Yep.
Cool. And is there anything that particularly does not interest you? Anything that you particularly don't want me to include in your programs?
No, not really.
Anything that you can walk into the gym and just think, I'm not doing that?
No, I'm open to ideas.
Cool. Alright, well, I will just get you to sign this disclaimer, which just pretty much says that all of the information that I've got from you in these forms is correct.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. That is it for down here. Sorry, no, it's not. I'll have to do a posture assessment first. So what I'm going to do is assess your static posture. Static meaning still. Dynamic, the opposite of static being dynamic, which means moving. So assessing your posture, your static posture, just to see if there's any abnormalities in your joints, in the way that you stand, in the way that you hold yourself. Is there anything that you need to mention, injuries, anything like that?
No, that's it.
Cool. Alright, we'll just get you to jump up. I'll move the chair right away. Alright, I'll just get you to face the wall and I'll start assessing you from the back. Sorry, I actually have to get you to take your shoes off.
Okay.
Alright, perfect. Alright. Now, do you mind if I touch you?
No, that's fine.
Cool. Alright, starting with you. Good. Using nice alignment. I'm just going to palpate your pelvis at the back here.
Yep.
Perfect. And just looking straight ahead. Awesome. Now just turn side onto me. Cool. I'm just going to palpate the same position, same spot I just did at the back, and just standing in a sort of position here. Palpate the front there. Awesome. Very good. And now just facing me. I'm just going to palpate that same position again. Perfect. Awesome. Very good. Thank you. Take a seat. What I found from your static postural assessment is pretty common in this day and age is the rounded shoulders. So your shoulders do tend to drop down a little bit, which is typically indicative of a tight chest. It's really common in this day and age because we all use smartphones, we all use devices. If we sit at computers, we tend to slouch down and drop our shoulders like that. It is most commonly a functional abnormality or something that you've acquired from the way that you sit, the way that you walk, the way that you carry yourself. As I said, is really common, and we're not aware of our correct posture. So it is, as I said, more so a functional abnormality than a congenital one, and it can easily be rectified. So as I said, it is usually indicative of a tight chest. So again, it can be something that you perhaps do in the gym that you aren't aware of. So maybe some poor form that is causing weakened muscles in the chest and the shoulders. So more specifically, I would say that it's weakened or inactive pec minor. As you're probably aware, the pec muscles are the big muscles in your chest. There's a smaller little version that comes from your shoulder and attaches down into your ribs. So it sort of comes in this area here, and that is used primarily for scapular stabilization. So it stabilizes your scapula, which is the shoulder blade, and also used for shoulder rotation. So that being tight, it usually drops your shoulder down to the front rather than being able to pull it back. Also, alongside that, the anterior deltoid muscle is probably short and weak as well. Deltoid is the big shoulder muscle that you usually see on the top of the shoulder. There's three heads to it: the main head, the posterior head, which is at the back, and the anterior head, which is at the front. So that comes from the collarbone and attaches down into the humerus, which is the muscle here in your arm, underneath your bicep. And it is evidently that may be weak as well, which is also pulling your shoulder forward. Or sorry, not pulling it forward, it is not supporting it to stay back. So that is the main postural abnormality that I found in your static posture analysis. So what I'll aim to do in your programs is work on strengthening those muscles, so the pec minor and the deltoids, to strengthen those and hopefully correct your posture. We'll also work on your back muscles, so your posterior delt and your lats, to strengthen those and pull your shoulders back. Cool. So I'll just make note of those observations. And apart from that, as I said, everything else looks good.
Awesome.
All right, that is our last assessment down here. We'll head upstairs and we've got a couple of assessments to do. A functional movement assessment, which is measuring your dynamic range of motion, the way that you move in an exercise. Your range of movement assessment, we'll do a couple of those, and then once we finish with those, we'll head into the gym. I've just got a quick 30-minute workout that we'll go through just to give you a bit of an idea of what we can get up to.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks.